welcome back. You're in familiar surroundings of the home changing room here at the showgrounds. When you stepped away just less than 18 months ago, did you ever envisage being back here as first team manager?
No, not in that capacity. Maybe a few the past players' games or something like that, but no, definitely not as manager. That wasn't part of the plan at the time. I was, I felt I'd done what I needed to do, and it was time to take a break. It was 10 years of the first team, and it just felt right. So, to answer your question, no, I didn't expect to be here.
So, with that being said, how did the move come about, and how are you? Or, what's the reason for you sitting here?
Well, I got a call on Sunday. Obviously, things haven't been going well on the pitch. Newry probably would have been one of the ones that people would expect to challenge for a championship title this year. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, that just hasn't worked out. And I suppose unfortunately for Barry, who's played the place, sometimes it's a lot easier to get rid of a manager than 20 players. But I think that the squad this year is better than the league position shows. If I didn't think that they could improve on where they're at the minute, and you can only go one way when you're bottom. I just had a look and thought, yeah, there's a group that I can go in and help coach. And for me, watching it as a fan, even being down on Friday night, it's a tough watch. Because there's just a sense of people being demoralised, on and off the pitch, and that had a big burn on me agreeing to do it, because I don't like seeing the club like this. If people know the history and my involvement with the club, so I don't want to see them struggling like this. And if I didn't think it could make an impact, then I wouldn't have agreed to do it.
So what's the first thing on the agenda?
Lift the mood, which is easier said than done when you're at the bottom. But I think players need to just refocus, start enjoying the football again. There's a talented bunch of players here. Maybe just playing with a bit of pressure when you're down there. Even on Friday night, making mistakes that lads wouldn't normally make. Simple passes and stuff. When you're playing in that environment, nobody thrives. So look, it'll be me. I'll the manager. I'll take full responsibility for everything. I'll deal with whatever's not going right. It's just up to the players to start enjoying their football and go and play the football, which I know they can.
You met the players this evening. We're speaking on Monday night, 24 hours before your first game back in charge against Ireland away in the Ulster Cup. What's been your message to the players? Is it something similar to what you've just said there? Just go and enjoy your football, and hopefully then the results will come as a result of that? That's
basically it. And it doesn't matter to me who signed you, where you're from, what age you are. There's no favouritism, and people know that. I think that's one of the traits that people understand that I had brought to the table in terms of honesty. I don't have any favourites. It doesn't matter where you're from. Just go and play your football, enjoy your football. Don't worry about anything else. I'll deal with the noise that happens off the pitch. Just start playing football. We're missing a few at the minute, but that's no excuse. Every team misses injuries. That's what the squad's for. It's up to other players. Some young lads will come in tomorrow night, and this is an opportunity to grasp. So it's a case of just a fresh start. Start going and enjoying your football, and we're good enough to start climbing the table. There's no getting too far ahead of ourselves. There's no master plan here. It just go and try and win the game tomorrow night against Ireland, and then after that we'll just focus on Institute.
Yeah, on that game tomorrow night in the Ulster Cup, it's a trophy that you've won before as manager. You won in your last season, your previous stint. Yes, it's an important game to go and win, especially in your first game back. But is it as important for you to get a look at the players in a game environment before we go to Institute in the league on Saturday?
It is, yeah, because there's some of the players I won't know an awful lot about. There's obviously been a turnover since I've left, so it's a good opportunity to see them. And again, come back to the message: go and play with no fear, but you need to work hard. Anybody that's played for me, if you don't work hard, you don't play. That's the minimum that's required, and that's, in fairness, what the fans want as well. And I'm not saying they weren't working hard before, but they need to start working harder to fix this. You'll get nothing in life, never mind football, if you don't work hard, and the players need to do that, start working hard. So that's the message tonight. Enjoy it, but work really, really hard. If we work hard tomorrow night and we don't get the rewards, then I can't fault the players. But they need to start fighting for the jersey and showing what it means to play for this club, because I don't think you're going to get three coaches that will be more passionate about coaching the club than the three of us, considering what we've come through with the club. So it's just transferring that across them, but taking the pressure off them. Let me deal with everything else. You just go and play your football.
You touched on there yourself and the coaches, and obviously Raymond Byrne and Jervis McCall, who, again, like yourself, have a huge affinity with the club. How important is it that you're all back in as a group, and they are three people that know this club inside out, back to front, top to bottom?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have come back in if I hadn't got the lads with me, because I trust them. I know what they bring to the table. We've been a good group before, and they know what it means to manage and be involved in Uri. And I'm not saying that anyone else before didn't, but the fans are a huge part of this. And I said that to the players in the group. You need to realise how much of a link there is between with the fans in here. I would know them all. I know what it means to them. It's more than just a football club for them. It's for a lot of them. It's their life. It affects their mood during the week or whatever. And we need to start showing them. And they're not stupid. They'll know when we're working hard. If we work hard and we don't get rewards, they'll appreciate that. But if we're not working, and you're trying to bluff them, they'll not have it. And I think for them as well, this coming in seems to have given them a bit of a lift as well. Everybody's treating it like a fresh start, a new beginning, and that starts tomorrow night.
And those players, I think when a new manager comes in, the obvious thing that a lot of people rightly or wrongly turn to is, a change of playing personnel. And we're obviously outside the transfer window, so those players now, have at the bare minimum until January to go and prove that, as you touched on, they are capable of getting better results than we've got so far, aren't they? They
are. Everybody get a chance. That's it. And the message has gone to the players tonight. If you're playing brilliant, you'll not be sitting on the bench. You're on the bench for a reason. And look, players will make mistakes, and I think they need to play in an atmosphere here where mistakes will happen. I played football long enough to know mistakes will happen. If you keep making the same mistake over and over, then that's different. You won't play. But be in an environment where there's that no fear. Go out and try and express yourself. So they have an opportunity now. I can do nothing until January. Whether ins or outs. So it's up to them. We're in this as a group now together, and I made that clear. It's about us and we now, not them on their own. It's us, the coaching staff and the players. And as a group, we just need to work really hard in terms of the tactical end of it, but first and foremost the effort.
And just finally, you touched on there about the fans and how important they are to this club. And you'd obviously, in the 10 years of your first team manager previously, you had such a great affinity with them and they with you. What would be your message to them moving forward in terms of backing the team and trying to lift us up to where we should be, further up the table at least?
Look, I suppose there's a danger of coming back and people say you can ruin your legacy. It's not about legacy. It's about helping the club, and the fans can rest assured that I'll do everything possible to make this happen. It wasn't, whilst it was an easy decision. My wife Diane knows the amount of effort that I'm going to put into this, and if I hadn't got her back, and to be honest, I couldn't do it. But the fans know what I'm about. They know that I'll push the players as hard as they can, and I've already spoken to them and told them the importance of the fans and how much they'll appreciate hard work. I can't do it without the players. As a group, we can't do it without the fans. We need them, and that'll start tomorrow night. But what I can assure them is that every ounce of effort will be spent to make sure we get back to where we belong.